Colin Cowherd from The Herd says the Browns, this is what he had to say about the Browns and their thoughts on Baker Mayfield.
It's not a talent issue. It's a trust issue. Baker Mayfield's pass attempts per game, as the league is now a quarterback league and a passing league. There's no teams now that run more than throw. Like, it doesn't happen. Rams are like 65 pass, 35 run. As the leagues become more quarterback-centric and more pass-happy, Baker's averaged fewer pass attempts every year of his career. He throws now less per game than Tua, Daniel Jones, Sam Darnold. We know Carolina coaches don't trust Sam. We know Miami coaches are reluctant with Tua. So your parents will show you as a kid how much they trust you by the responsibility they grant you. They don't want Baker throwing the ball. I don't even know if they trust him at the microphone. Like, he gets a little snarky.
And D-Man, again, I like Colin Cowherd. The issue is he had Freddie Kitchens and Hugh Jackson who were throwing the ball all over the place. You brought in a different system. You've got Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. So, yeah, they've had him throw the ball fewer times because they have better running backs and a big offensive line. It's called having a good coach, which he has finally for the first time the last couple of years.
Yeah, Dave, I hear you, but there is a push-pull, and I'm not saying I agree with everything that Cowherd said, unlike with Louis Riddick, where I do, especially with a microphone. I mean, Baker Mayfield's been great, as far as talking to reporters, and I think he's been incredibly honest and forthright, and doesn't make excuses and all kinds of stuff like that. But the push-pull is today's NFL with the pass-happy offense that you see in a lot of places. You've got the number one overall pick, okay? Not the 20th, not the 10th, not the 5th. He was number one overall. He wasn't taken number one overall out of Oklahoma in 2018 to hand the ball off. You drafted him in that spot because you thought he could throw the ball all over the yard and carry you to victories with his arm. So then it becomes a struggle because you've got Stefanski and he's got his running backs. And one of his running backs, his lead dog, Nick Chubb, is not really a pass catcher at all. So how do you fit these two in? And as far as trusting Baker, if you've got Chubb and Hunt and you are winning the game and they are carrying the mail and doing a great job on the ground and the line is doing what it's supposed to do, then you don't necessarily have to have beaucoup numbers from Baker Mayfield to win in this system. But there's also going to be times where you need him to throw a lot, and will he be able to answer the call? I mean, think about the Bengals game. Before the Patriots, the Browns went to Cincy and punked the Bengals. What did Mayfield throw the ball? 21 times? I think he was 14 and 21. And most people observing that game say it's one of the best games he's played in his entire career. And all he needed to do was throw the ball 21 times. So it's not always pass attempts that are going to measure Mayfield, but is he going to be able to deliver victories when he has to throw the ball a lot?
Yeah, that's absolutely fair, and he hasn't been able to do that this year when the Browns have needed him to, in fairness. But to say the Browns don't trust him, I'm not sure that's 100% spot on. I think both sides are very valid.